Don't you weep no more, Lucille. Don't you weep no more. Wrap your arms around me, fingers up and down my neck. Make me feel like a real live woman, a Gibson girl at heart. Don't you weep no more. Don't you weep, Lucille. Don't you weep no more. Two men fighting for a woman's touch, and I'm burning down, smoldering dust. When my king turned around, I was laying on the ground. Let me tell you now how he picked me up. Then he played that eternal song. Lucy, don't you weep no more. Don't you weep, Lucille. Don't you weep no more. Don't you weep no more, Lucille. Don't you weep and don't no more. Don't you weep no more. Don't you weep, Lucille. Don't you weep and don't you mourn. Don't you weep, don't you mourn. Don't you weep, don't you mourn and don't you mourn. You make me cry like a real woman. Don't mourn, don't weep, Lucille. Don't mourn. I wish I could fly right up to you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to It Matters Radio, and this is our Sunday special guest interview show. If it's your first time with us, my name is Monica Brinkman, and I will be the host for the evening. And as always, with me is the wonderful Carrie Hall. And Carrie is the magic behind the shows because she is the person that communicates with all of our musical guests, and she makes it happen.
Or try to.
Yeah, you do very well, Carrie. Carrie, I know that we go all over the place, all throughout the world looking for talent, and I see you have found a lovely lady to present today and introduce to everyone.
I have indeed. This is the delightful Brigitte Purdy. She is a singer, a songwriter, And I'm going to start out by a quote from her bio because this is just great. Brigitte uses her sultry, powerful, and emotive range to captivate an audience. She can go from a gentle purr to a sonic boom within seconds, while pouring her heart into every song she does.
Yeah.
Hello, Brigitte.
Hi, Brigitte.
First off,
Welcome to the show.
welcome. Welcome. I want to start out, Brigitte, with your early days because you come from a fairly musical family. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, I grew up in Los Angeles and was very fortunate to have a mom who really supported me musically. Actually, people in my family didn't actually play music. My dad played a little guitar, but it's a great story. My mom was driving one day home from work in LA, and she heard on the radio that they were having a cattle call for young kids for the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. And so she took me down there. She memorized the phone number all the way home. She took me down there, and then she took me to the audition. So amongst hundreds of kids, I was at my very first cattle call, and I received a call back, and then was a part of their youth consortium where I was trained by many of the instructors and the dance teacher. My dance teacher was Cha-Cha from Greece, and I'm very fortunate to have such training, great training at such a young age. Very, very blessed.
How old were you then?
I was about 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
you got invited to be part of a choir, is that right?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
A choir? Were you also asked to be part of a choir?
No, we really focused on a lot of solo work during that time frame. And so I was classically trained first, seeing some opera and musical theater and various things like that. Mm-hmm. And I was very fortunate at that time to be also another choir, and we would go and sing with different artists at the Grammys and people like Kenny Rogers or Dolly Parton. And it's great being a kid growing up in LA because there's lots of opportunities around you, and I was very fortunate to be able to partake in a lot of that.
Right. Now you got to perform with people like Dionne Warwick. Talk a little bit about that. That's kind of exciting.
Well, Dionne Warwick was outside of it was a special event, and I was a child, and what I remember was her in her jeans and smoking a cigarette outside of her car at that time. She just was in her casual attire, and then I remembered her on stage just holding this one really, really long note. And I stood there in awe, and when I heard her do that, I even though I was already a singer at the time, I thought to myself, I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to do that. But her strength, her power, her flexibility, to have those to be around those sort of role models at that time frame. To me, it was a beautiful lady singing on stage. I really didn't even know that she was Dionne Warwick.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's pretty exciting. So you have worked with Hal Davis of Motown Records. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, Hal Davis had wrote the song "I'll Be There" for Michael Jackson, and what happened was went to another audition, and these gentlemen worked for Stevie Wonder, and they sent me to a vocal coach, and that vocal coach, her name was Maureen Bailey, and what she would do was go into the studio, and she would assist the various artists during that time frame and help them prep for their sessions. So one of the people that she introduced me to was Hal Davis. And I'll never forget one of the things that he told me. You really think about listening to people like Diana Ross or Michael Jackson and Smokey Robinson, people of that era and genre of such soulfulness. There's a purity to their tone, but what Hal Davis told me, he says, make sure that you can hear your cry in your voice. So that's one of the things that has always stuck with me is, it's more than the music. It's beyond that. It's connecting with people on an emotional, personal, intimate level. And so it's very lucky to be surrounded by such magnificent people.
How exciting. I know. I just can't imagine. I would have loved
working with those
One
people.
of the things that I did during that time frame is this was pre pitch correction, Melodyne. I really haven't used it on any of my material, so I'm not even quite sure what we call it today. But they would take me in with some of the new artists who were very beautiful and glamorous, and mix my voice in with their voice to bring up their pitch in the studio. That's a little secret.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. And you also did a little, what is it, backup singing? Is that correct?
I have done some backup singing. One of the people that I did background vocals was for Paul Rogers, as Jimi Hendrix Muddy Water Tour, and I did a song called Muddy Waters Blues.
Wow.
Which has amazing background vocals in it. If you listen to that, it's just phenomenal. I didn't do the session work. I did the live show.
Wow, amazing. So you have touched a lot of different genres. Do you have a favorite? I know you were kind of trained in blues, but is there a favorite, like blues or rock or one of those, or maybe all of them?
I think that the music that I enjoy the most is that touches me, that touches people. Because it really gets back down to the musical connection. We can all, a beautiful voice is a beautiful voice, but if it has no meaning or substance unless it's touching people and making them feel something.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
People can write wonderful words, wonderful lyrics, but if you can't bring that to life, then you're not going to touch anyone with that. So you're so right.
No.
I love that you were trained classically, because I think a lot of people don't realize that just because you're trained classically doesn't mean you're going to be singing opera your whole life. But it does. What it does is it disciplines you also. Besides being able to hit the ranges you do, you know how to take care of your voice. You know where to sing from properly without it harming you. And that is so very important.
I think that's what kind of has given me a lot of power. I'm only 5'1", and there's one of the things that people say all the time is, where does that big voice come from? And and I think it's from that that foundation from the beginning. And, if you see opera singers, they have a really large diaphragm, a really large rib cage, because that's where your diaphragm really exists in your body. And if you see me, I'm just not, I have a pretty large rib cage for my 5'1" frame. So, that's where all that power comes from. I'm thankful for that power.
Of course. I can remember when I was in choir in school many, many years ago, and I swear our choir teacher would come over with a ruler, and she would just hit you in that stomach, and she'd go, you sing from there. You don't sing from here, until you got it. It was so funny. Now she'd probably get in trouble, but back then they didn't care.
So, Brigitte, you were part of what was called USA Girls, and talk a little bit about that.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry, USA Girls.
Oh yeah, okay. So the USA Girls were 5 women that I had the opportunity to travel with, and what we did was we did shows for the Department of Defense, and so you know, that provided me a great opportunity to just get in touch with humanity and the way that people live all across the world, and what really our military does for various countries. One of the shows that we did was the Somalia Relief Tour, and so we were flying in C-130 airplanes and delivering food to the needy and the hungry, and then also providing entertainment for the troops. And I got to share a funny story with you. One of the times we were in what they would do is they would also fly us. I was in Panama and Honduras. And in Honduras, we couldn't leave the base. So what they would do is they would fly us in the Chinooks to the remote sites. And one day we were singing outside in front of what you call a hut, but it's known as a hooch. And so here we are singing, and the guys start yelling, "The bees are coming, the bees are coming." And so we had to run in our high heels, kicking the dirt, and go hide in the hooch because the killer bees were coming. So that kind of put a kibosh on our little show, you know.
Oh, no. You have a degree in humanities.
This is true. You guys really did your homework.
Yes. What led you to getting interested in humanities?
You know, I am a lover of people. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it is about me, but people are naturally drawn to me, and I'm naturally drawn to them. And people share things with me that they wouldn't normally share with other people, their stories and their lives and who they are and their dreams. And I keep those very close to my heart and treasure those stories. And it was just my journey and my path. One thing led to another, you know. And here I am, smack dab in the middle on a new journey, singing. You know, I sang for many years, but I just started singing again 4 years ago.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you did. Mm-hmm. And
we
talking
are
about singing, Carrie, I think we should take a break right now and
should.
A little bit more. And we'll be right back after this to chat a little bit more with Brigitte. Okay, folks.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Once I was lost and lonely, didn't have a love to share, waiting for the night to take me in the twilight of despair. When your hands they softly shook me, swept the shadows from my day. A chance to fly away, like a blues angel rushing for my life, like a blues angel rescue me tonight, rescue me tonight. Walking along the water, barefoot across the sand, stumbled upon a treasure keep a home. You know I don't want you and your money too. I just wanna make love to you. I can tell by the way that you switch and walk. My brand. Yeah, I don't want you, baby, to make my bed. I don't want you to be true. I just wanna make. I just wanna make.
Hi, everybody. We're back with the delightful Brigitte Purdy. So, Brigitte, you have a new release that just came out. I believe is it called Blues Angel? Is that correct?
Yeah, I do have a new song, and it's called Blues Angel. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah.
It was written.
We're
It was written by Osti.
Okay. And are you planning an EP in the future, or is there a date or a release for maybe an EP or an ECD?
Yeah, I have a planning probably in the early or mid-January. Mm-hmm. The release of my EP.
Oh, good, good.
Now, speaking of music, we'll ask, where can we find your music and where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook. I'm on there all the time, or
Okay.
Instagram, like many other people. But you can also find my music on Amazon and iTunes and CD Baby.
And
Okay.
your website, right?
You have a
Yes, I also have my website, BrigitteRiosPurdy.com.
Yeah, and I meant to say that, folks. It's Brigitte Rios Purdy, so it's Brigitte Rios Purdy. That's where you're gonna see the name, because I love that too. Beautiful name.
Thank you. Thank you.
You make powerful music, Brigitte. It's amazing. And for 4 years, to me, it's like you've been out there for at least 20. It's that good.
Well, I did start really young, and I took a very long break, and my kids are older now, so it was just time to return.
Yeah, it's great. So what does Brigitte think she'd be doing in, let's say, a year?
A year. Obviously more music, more music. Love to be touring and just keeping it real, just making real music for people, touching people's lives. That's really what it's all about.
It is.
Now, you also write songs. Do you have a favorite song that you really, really like?
That I've written, or that or
you've
just
written.
in general?
Written.
I would have. I really love Lucille, because it was the first, really the song that I wrote, and it was kind of like my first baby being born. So not that you don't love all your children, but I have to share the story about that song, Lucille. I was at home mourning, and like many other blues fans were, over the loss of B.B. King. And I started reading through the different things people were posting about B.B. King, and I started thinking about Lucille, and I started thinking, what would she say if she was a real woman?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, she has a story too in this. And so then I started making the comparisons between a woman and a guitar. And so I thought, the curvature of the guitar is very similar to a woman. And I played guitar at one time, and I thought, what do? Well, the first thing you do is wrap your arms around me, fingers running up and down my neck. You made me feel like a real live woman.
Aww.
And so I sat down with Dave Osty, and we collaborated and we wrote that song within a half hour. That song was born. And to me, that song was meant to exist because it just rolled out with ease. So I would have to say that, especially since that was my first single that I released, that would probably be my favorite song.
Right.
Yeah, and what a concept who would think to take a guitar, look at a guitar like that? Because I'm sure his relationship with his guitar, Lucille, over all those years was probably almost as dear as it could be to any woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
most definitely. I mean, the love relationship, I don't play guitar, but the love relationship between a musician and the music is a unique love affair in itself. It's haunting at times. It's beautiful. It's joyful. It's everything that any other relationship would be. There's ups and downs, and so I gave Lucille even more of a personification by trying to describe what she would look like or how she would feel in writing that song. I even imagined myself. At first, I thought, what would she look like? And I thought, why couldn't she look like me? Why couldn't I be Lucille in the form of a woman?
Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful. I love the song.
Folks, you all heard that, so I think you can understand now where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
Great story.
So Brigitte, I want you to think a little bit. Name 5 things you would like your fans to know about you that they don't know. And it doesn't have to be R-rated. Doesn't have to be R-rated.
Well,
5 things.
okay.
Or at least
things.
5 if you can name them.
Okay, 5 things. Well, I'm kind of like Lucy. I find myself in unusual predicaments. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's enough said. From really unique, bizarre, interesting situations. I have my own stories to tell. That's probably number 1. Let's see. You mentioned that I have my degree in humanities. I'm a lover of people, first and foremost, above everything and everything else. Okay. I love to hike. I love the outdoors. If I could, I would live in the mountains in solitude. Not necessarily solitude, but I would love to live in the mountains. How many is that? 3. I can't count. That's number 4.
That's 3.
That's 4, actually.
4.
Yeah, 4. Sorry.
That they don't know about you.
Okay. I love peanut butter.
There you
I'm like
go.
a peanut butter addict.
Okay, do you like crunchy or smooth?
I love it all, but I love it even better when I could stick a chocolate bar inside the peanut butter jar and just like go to town. That's my thing. That's like my go-to. Okay, now we're at 5. I
think that was fine. But
okay, I'm done. Yeah.
You kind of make your own little Reese's there.
Right.
I make my own Reese's.
Right. So, Brigitte, what advice would you give to a young lady in your position that wants to get into the music business? Especially, I should mention specifically the indie music business.
Well, I would say I did top 40 for a long time. And I would say the most important thing is to really do you and who you are. And everybody's gift is unique and different. Value your gift the way you were created and not to make comparisons, because everybody's gift has the ability to touch people in a different way. So that's what I would say.
Exactly.
Right.
Be you.
Just
to be you the way you were created. Mm-hmm.
Right, to be you.
You're so
Right.
very right, Brigitte, because I mean, look at the different songs that come out and genres and vocals. I mean, there's some people they go, well, they're not really a singer. Yeah, but listen to the when they put that emotion behind it and the lyrics, great sound. Then there's others that can sing beautifully. Yeah.
Nobody can deny the realness and the emotions of somebody being genuine.
Exactly.
And that's in anything, in conversations, in writing a book, anything, just to really be genuine and be you.
Right. So let's mention again, Brigitte, where we can find you and where we can find your music.
Okay, well, I have my blogspot. It's www.brigitteriospurdy.com. You can find my music on iTunes and Amazon and CD Baby. And I'm on Facebook and all that good social media stuff. And that's where I am.
Not hard to find, huh? Not hard to find.
Not hard to find. And sitting on my couch with a peanut butter jar.
Yes, that's cool. That's cool. We should mention that Brigitte is babysitting a friend's house. So and you're waiting for a friend to come home, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. She just had surgery and here waiting to help her with whatever she needs.
That's wonderful. You know, you're such
really
a genuine human being, and
I'm very genuine. I have no makeup on, and my hair is a mess.
I want to. You know what, guys? Come on. She's beautiful just like this, isn't she?
She's great.
I mean, I wish I could look like that.
Yeah.
My hair a mess and no makeup on. This is with makeup on. Oh, my God.
Okay.
But
one last thing, Brigitte. What do you do for relaxation? I know you mentioned you like to hike and stuff, but What do you do?
I love to hike. And you know what? Honestly, I really need to find some relaxation lately. I've been real busy, so I haven't had a lot of it. What I try to do is just regenerate, and like I think of my body as a battery, and I just try to recharge. Just even if it's just chilling and not doing so much during the day, but I'm extremely goal oriented and I push myself very hard. But I would have to say I love to be outdoors and in nature, and I like to work out. I haven't done that in a while, and I need to.
Yeah, it's hard to get the time to do that
Yeah.
sometimes. It's really not so much that people hate it because it feels
No.
good to work out, but it's getting it into
Sure.
your schedule. That's the hard part.
Uh-huh.
It's finding that time.
Right.
Thank you, Bridget, so much for joining us. It's been
Yeah.
delightful. You look very cute. So don't worry about look, I ain't gorgeous myself. I ain't gorgeous. So you look fabulous. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
could you please keep us updated?
Yes.
I would love to.
And maybe we can have you back in 2018 or
Or
maybe even
2017.
or even 2017 if you'd like.
I would love that, ladies. I love talking to you. I felt like I should have had a cup of coffee in my hand.
See?
That's the idea.
That's the way it should be. It's nice, relaxing, intimate, look at the artist that's behind the music, and I
Right.
love
Sure.
it. Bridget, keep making that music. It's wonderful, and we were
Thank you.
so happy to have you spend a little bit of your time with us. And I know you've got a friend to tend to pretty soon, so we got to let you go. But like Carrie said, keep in touch. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, Bridget.
Thank
Bye
you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. What a
Carrie,
sweet.
well, that's the kind of person that I would just cherish as a friend, or
Me too.
because she loves people. When her music isn't all about fame, it isn't all about me, Bridget. Oh, what can I get out of this? Blah blah. It's just another dimension of bringing goodness into the world and bringing pleasure to people. The fact that I just think it's remarkable. And I hope people who were able to take a little bit of a look at Bridget today will go look at the Facebook page and will look at her blog spot and, follow her and tell other people about her because she's quite genuine. Come on, guys. Anybody that would knew she had a commitment with us to do an interview, and a friend in need came along and she said, you know what, I'm going to go help that friend and I'm going to do that interview. Delightful, huh?
I have to give her kudos because that can be very worrisome. If you're waiting for a friend, are they going to come home? Will they be okay?
I know.
So thank you, Bridget. We appreciated that so much to have you with us.
Right.
So, Monica, let's talk a little bit about It Matters Radio real quick. We have, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I'm hoping that you guys will stop by and some of the other shows. I know that we have our very special shows on Sunday where we always have a guest on. Well, once in a while we'll have a special too. But we're kind of broadening out a little bit. And from Monday through Wednesday, you might even see another guest interview pop up. You never know. We're going to have a lot of songs for you. You'll see Punky and myself hosting some of those, and Carrie at times. And it's just all about bringing you new people, new music, new sounds, and entertainment. And of course, we have our Thursday Eon Indie Magazine. And what is that? That's a magazine. What's that got to do with music? Well, it's a magazine that features on music. It's fantastic. I hope you go check them out. But what we do is every Thursday we have their featured artists music on, and that change every month. And oh gosh, Saturday, top 10 music chart from World Stage Music. Isn't it fantastic? Carrie,
Oh my God, it's great. It really is.
I
It's
know.
fabulous.
And sometimes we interview the people that come from that show because we have a lot of people we partner with, and you might hear a song, but you never know if that person's going to pop up and do an interview with us. So
Hmm.
anyway, I hope you'll follow us. We're on 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and we have a special show on Sunday at 3 p.m. That's all Eastern time. And Carrie, it's always a pleasure hosting with you.
Thank
Until
you.
next time, I'm going to tell the people one thing: what? Rock on.
On.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
And
Thanks.
we are going to leave you with one last song. Here you go.
Where did the love go? Money can't buy love, they say. What about you? People go before that day. I figure that's true. I wish I could go back in time, change the past. I didn't realize the days were going so fast. More love could have been good. I should have made more love. I never saw the light before, and then it came through. My future is